start on. And that is cutting out little metal shapes. Like this. This is cut out of aluminum flashing material. I got a whole roll of this, 24-inch wide, a whole roll. They use this to make flashing when they do on aluminum siding and even to make gutters, I think. So it's very thin aluminum, real easy to work with. So to start out, what I did was wanted to cut out these shapes on my scroll saw. Now, if I just try to cut this material while I'm cutting it, it would bend all over the place. So what I ended up doing was taking a piece of 1/8 plywood, and I like this 3M77 contact spray. What it is I sprayed 3 sheets together. You know, with the contact cement, and then glued them together. So what it is I have 1/8 aluminum, 3 pieces of 1/8 plywood, 3 pieces of aluminum. Actually, it could have even gone 4. It was easy enough to cut, and I'll show you in a minute. But this is, I'm cutting 3 of them out at a time. This is a lizard. I'll show you all the different shapes I have, and what I'm going to do, I'm going to hang them on screens, and I'll show you how I do that later. But to start out, I have a piece of material I sprayed with contact cement. I got a kitty cat that I generated on a computer. I'll glue the 2 down. Next, what I'm going to do is drill a little hole for the cat's eye kind of thing. Look, eyes look kind of cute. And I'm going to cut it out on a scroll saw, and I'll show you other pieces I cut out and other things that I did with them. So let me show you how that works. How I cut it out, how it cuts out. The finished pieces are going to look like. I'll show you all the different shapes I made. I probably got around 40 different shapes that I made up. And I'll show you what I have to do once I cut them out. How I detach them from all of this and how I finish them off. Alright, let me start with there. Alright, here's my scroll saw. Just a Harbor Freight. Like I say, what it is just like on a kitty cat. I got the 3 layers of material contacted down together. Some pop off a little bit, but as long as it holds it together. And I'll cut out the shape. And let me show you how I cut 2 pieces out. It's not that hard. Alright, I got a little blood on my finger, cut my finger. Everything I make, I cut myself while I'm doing it. So I got to leave a little blood on everything, yeah. Alright, cats, not much to the cat, not that intricate. Let me show you something a little bit more intricate. There's a butterfly. Now what it is, they had all the design out, but these are cut out. What it is, I had to drill holes, take the blade off, put it down, put the blade down through it, cut out all these inner shapes. I didn't do all of them, but I did enough of them that it makes it impressive. Then what it is, I'm going to cut the outer shape of the butterfly. I didn't drill any holes for these. I'm going to paint this one. I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. Out. I'm going to speed up this video, cutting this one out, because it's get a little boring watching it. But like I say, I'm going to paint this one, different colors and so on, and I'll show you what that looks like when it's done. All right, let me show you what I got to do the next one of these things. While I'm at it, let me tell you, actually I used a 15 teeth per inch blade on this, and it lasted me cutting through at least 40 different of these shapes, and it even seems I can still cut with it. So I mean, it's real easy to cut. All right, let me show you the next step. So you gotta get this all separated. There's this good old lacquer thinner. Got a metal pan, put some lacquer thinner into it. Take the pieces, spread them around and sides that are under the lacquer thinner, and then I wait a little bit. What it is, let that lacquer thinner soak in. Now some of it comes off pretty quick, like here's one separated already. Paper comes off real easy. That's the first thing to come off. I pop the paper off. Put it back in there to soak. Alright. Let me soak it in there for around 20 minutes because lacquer thinner's got to get in between the two pieces, 3 pieces of aluminum and the plywood behind it. So I'll wait around 20 minutes. Take a 20-minute break here. There, I had these soaking for a while. Take it out. You can see the 1/8 plywood comes off the next easiest. Discard that. Then I got the aluminum pieces separated. Take a rag, dip it in lacquer thinner, and I start washing everything off. clean all that contact off both sides. Put it down pretty good. Most of it off. Usually doesn't hurt the white paint, but if it does, hey, I'll be painting that. I'll paint that one anyway. Actually, I had these set overnight. Usually I just let it set for not more than a half hour. But I had other things to do, so I let it sit overnight. I got the big stuff off because I got crap inside from all of those, and I still want to save some of it. Like it thinner, I'll mix this up, put a rag over a container, pour it through, get all the crap out of it into the rag. I got relatively clear lacquer thinner. Put it back in. Got some more lacquer thinner. I'll take each one and sort of swirl it around, see if I can get any of that little stuff off. And I just set them on the side to dry off. Let me throw them all in here to soak a little bit. Yeah. Inspect all of them. Rinse it off. Cut all the contact off. Yeah. And do that good of a job on the kitty cat. Alright, I'm going to cut this out so I'll stop recording now. And then I'll show you what it looks like after. Alright, I have all of these shapes cut out. Now, I messed around. I have to glue a pin on the back of them. And it's just a straight pin. The only way I found I can really do that was I had to get some JB Weld. This stuff will glue stuff strongly to everything. You mix the two parts together. So what I had to do was mix the two of them together, put a little splotch there, set the straight pin in so the head was under that, and had a little piece of toothpick to keep this flap up. And then I set it down, I set it overnight, set up overnight. I was able to take it off. Then I got it, I can just set that, hook that on the screen. Here's another sample. Like I say, I just mixed it up, a little stick kind of thing, put a little dab of it there, stuck the safety pin, the straight pin in it. Then I went ahead and knocked out the little piece of wood. Alright. I'm going to go ahead, paint some of these, leave some of them the color they are, and I'll show you what they all look like all set up in a screen. But one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to offer the first 10 people who email me requesting 2 of these, and I'll see how that goes along. And when there's any 2 shapes, they'll fit in an envelope. I'll put them in an envelope, with some straight pins and send them to you. You'll have to glue them together. I want to see what kind of response I get out of that. So the first 10 people who send me their email address, I'll send me their address and which ones they want. I'll post it on the end of this video. These are the shapes that I put the straight pins on. And I made, like I say, I ended up making 3 of each one of these shapes. Now, these ones that I have the straight pins glued on, I'm going to keep them and use them around my place. As you can see, I painted some I just left white. All the other ones I have, 2 of each of these, they're just white. You can do, I'm going to go ahead and post my email address. And that means I got like 2 of each of these. There's maybe, I don't know, 40 of them left. And first 10 or so people will contact me requesting 2 of them. I'll send it out to them. When I start running out of shapes, I'll have to let you know, and it'll be beggars be choosers at that time. Let me know if you're interested in any of getting into these shapes. They'd be free. I'd pay for postage. It's just an envelope. All right, let me know. As you can see, I still got these all of the other ones I had that I'll send out if anybody wants them.